video tutorial. Here's the voice of Samuel Precious. So in this video you will learn how to create a flyer design for yourself as a designer. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of what I'm trying to say. There is this design that we are supposed to make better. All right, so this is also from our design challenge. This design is not good enough, so we are to create a better version of it for ourselves. Okay, so here is the design. You can see it's not looking professional at all. So we are to create a better version of it. So to start with, I'm going to change the color, the size of the whole canvas. Like I used to say, I love portrait. And also, if you have the freedom to choose, I would advise you to always go for portrait because it gives you spacing, enough spacing, right? Gives you enough space to actually add more stuff, all right? So let's quickly, as usual, we write 4,000 here. You can write 2,000. And I put 5,000 here. You can write 2,500. Drop it down, then click on OK. So we have gotten a better size. So I'm used to black background designs, but let's use a white background here or light background here. So I'll come to my color, click on this, tap on this. Then let me see if we could use, okay, let's use this color. Does this look good? All right, we can still see how we can play around it. All right, so let's quickly come to shape, create a circle, reduce the opacity. We're trying to create our shadow. If you're not new here, you already know what we are trying to do. Increase the stroke width, then reduce it until there's nothing at the center, right? Then come here and increase the radius, blur radius, right? Just increase it like this. Then let me just hide this so that you can see exactly how we're trying to create our light background. So make this shadow white. Give it a color here and make it plain white. All right, so I would increase the size, So this is how to create a light background that's not boring. So centralize top and bottom. You can increase the more. So rather than using a plain white, this also works. All right, then the essence of this flyer is just to use the information on it. All right, services. Okay, it's not even correct. The information on it are not complete, so we may end up doing things from our brain. All right, so two things are major here. Two categories of images. First, the image of you, the designer, and second, the image of. Okay, you can use a model, all right, but it's always good to use a picture. Then also the picture of some of your flyer designs. So tap on import from gallery. I would get some. Okay, I have a picture of myself here. So let's see how we can do this. All right, let me swap the positioning. All right, so I believe this is good. I believe this is good. We can leave it like this. We can still play around it. We can still do whatever we need to do, right? But let's just leave it here. All right, and the reason for that is to help you simplify your layout. You know what's left and what's not left. So I want to create some of these things for. Okay, let me give it a distinct color. All right. We have menstrual grid, or yeah, menstrual grid is what I'm trying to create. That kind of grid that Pinterest uses. All right, so what I would do is I would just, you know what, let me make it, I want to make it something that would work with my flyer sizes. So take note of this. This is just a simple calculation. I would make these, okay, let me make it 40, the width, then the height 50. Will this work? So let me try to mask in. Just wait. Just what I'm trying to do. I want to mask in a real flyer design so that, let me quickly check pixellab. I think this should be there. All right. Let me take away the color. Okay, so the size is not enough. Let's. All right, so this size works. So let me quickly remove the texture because most of the flyers I would use are that size. So I would just, so that there would not be much differences. There's a way to arrange it no matter the size, but some part of the flyer may cut off. So we need to get the best possible. Okay, so 27% width, 26% height. This does not even make any sense. All right, so you can't judge by the percentage. Just use your eyes and All right, so I'm gonna give it this gray color just for me to see what I'm doing. Or okay, I think this is gonna give us problem because after we texture image, the color will overshadow it. So let me use a shadow just to make it more visible. All right. So please master what I'm trying to do. Master what I'm trying to do. Tap on plus and reduce the opacity of the shadow from here. Then let's reduce it to more. Let's reduce it to more. Or let's use. All right, we can still see it properly. But another thing you can do is create another background and give it a much visible color. A much visible color. Or you just hide this one for now. Just hide this one for now so that we can see what we are doing. All right, I believe this is the best method. So we can, since we have gotten the size, make sure you only scale. Don't tamper with the weight, length and breadth. All right. So copy. Okay, let me see if this would work. All right. So let's take our time to arrange. So I will come here. I will put this at the center here. I'll put another one at the center here. All right. Then I will tap on this magnet. I will disable this one. So this will always stay at the center. Don't you think the center is too close? No, I believe it's too. All right, I believe this is good now. So duplicate, bring this here, duplicate, bring this here, duplicate, bring this here. All right, so I believe we can have more. I believe we can have more. So let me unlock this picture and reduce the size. Let me bring it somewhere here. All right, and so open this, select 1 2 3 4 5 6, then tap on this place to move everything together. Tap on move. So move everything just like this. All right, so we can still bring the picture to the front. Let me see if it will be better. Can drag it to the front or bring forward. All right, I think this works better. This works better. So let's try and arrange things properly. I think the gap here is too much, so move it up by a few pixels and duplicate, bring it somewhere here just to make things realistic. So we need to create a new duplicate. We need to create a new grid line. Should this come like this? Okay, this should come like this. Then let's select everything again and move, 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 move. All right, so I'm fighting for the margin on the left, as on the left side. Oh, we did not move this one. So come like this. So we are going to create a fresh new grid for this guy. So tap on this place. Make sure this is at the center. Make sure this is at the center. I believe we don't need anything for that guy again. Is this working well? Yes. Duplicate. Bring it here. Duplicate. And bring it here. I believe we are good. Are we good? Alright, just make sure those things are balanced. So this can come up by 2 pixels. So this can move 1 time to the right. Do the same thing for every other ones. Oh, sorry. 1 time. So I believe it's looking cool now, right? So this is what we planned to do earlier, and it's working well. So you can enable this one now. All right. See that the reason why we disabled it earlier was to make sure those shapes are visible, but now they don't really need to be visible because we are still going to mask things inside of them. So I'm just going to click on my mask. That's texture rather. Select texture, come to your gallery. So I'll just go to, let me look for some of my projects from last year. So I'm just gonna grab a few. Let me just grab this birthday design here. I will enable it. You see how fast it is now because we've already created our system. All right. So I'm just going to come to texture, come here. Let me look for. All right. I think I love this. Good. Select anyone, not you, and I'm still gonna learn a lot. There is a way we can still do some adjustments here. Okay, so let me select this. Select this texture. All right. Let's use this texture. I love this too. Select this texture. Let's use this as well. Select this texture. All right. What else do we have here? Let's use this. All right. Select this texture. You see, it's easier and faster now. So if you want to arrange things, maybe icons or pictures or flyers, create a shape for them first. All right. Create shapes for them. You have the control over the shapes and everything. At the end of the day, you just begin to mask them in or texture them in. All right, depending on the tool you use. All right, let me look for one more design. This one to make it more realistic. Still gonna mask in something. Okay. Although they won't see it. Well, we still have to put something there and make sure it's worth it. Let me use this. All right, so here we are. See how simple this is now. So I want to work on my picture, but I feel that I should write something first. First start to work on pictures. So let's quickly do something with our typography. Need flyer designs. All right, so as usual, pardon me, this will be poppins. Again, let me look for something bold. Yeah, something bold. Need flyer design. So don't forget to always give it a color. And in this case, it's going to be black. Need flyer designs. Okay, so I want it to be big and bold. All right. I want it to be big and bold. Duplicate it. Send us a DM right away. All right, so for the sake of hierarchy, so this one would be maybe medium. All right, then reduce the size, reduce it. It should be on one line. All right, send it here right away. All right, so I'm trying to check out something. Maybe we can use, okay, don't worry, we'll do that right now. So let's quickly align them. They're almost aligned. I think the send the DM should move towards the left a little bit more. All right, so let's quickly write the list of the things. All right. I'm just going to use this my trick here. This guy. Give it space. Select all, and copy it to make things fast. Brand designs, paste it. Church designs. Oh, that's not consistent. Church designs, paste it. Birthday design, flyers. Events, branding. What else can we write? Social media designs. Okay. What is this? So give it line height. Reduce the size. All right. So what should we do about this to keep it clean? What we can do, there are many things we can do. We can create a shape, we can do this, we can do that, but let's quickly do something minimal. So come to your stroke, sorry, reduce the opacity, bring it here like this, give it stroke, 1 pixel is okay. So you can select it like this, come to crop, just bring it like this and crop. All right, you can see what I'm doing now. Then reduce. All right, you see, this looks minimalistic and looks cool at the same time. All right, so let's do some styling with this text. Come to your shape. All right, create a circle. Create a circle. Come to your gradient color. Click on plus. You see this dark part, make it white. See this place, make it transparent by reducing this to the least possible. All right, so this is what we need. Good. So come here like this. Reduce this, just bring it like this. Drag it down so that you can drag it left and right. All right, then bring it like this. Good. This is exactly what I want to do. So come to your opacity and reduce it. Then I think that's okay. Duplicate. No, I think that's too much. Let's make it 50 or less. Make it 45. It should not be too obvious. It should be shiny. All right, put it on it. You can see that looks cool and minimalistic. So what else can we do? What else can we do? All right, we have to put our contact information and everything. So let's create a shape. Sorry. So what color can we use? Let's use red, a very deep red, something like this. All right, it works well with this color. So I'll come back here, give it radius. All right, so edit everything right here. If you get out of this place, it will be a problem. All right, it's aligned. All right, so we can select this. All right, just make it look like this. Good. Let me lock this one that is disturbing my piece. Okay. So the same thing you did for these guys, you can do it for the shape too. You can do it for the shape too. You may just need to reduce the opacity the more. All right, you can do that. So I'm just trying to show you the kind of effect you can implement on your stuff. All right, so this one would be white, definitely. And I'm not sure this is original white. So plus 2349064736533. Okay, so like I used to say, let's bring them together. Go back, come to spacing, reduce. I think -5 is cool. All right, let's see if I can make it bolder. This is a semi-bold. Let's make it semi-bold. All right, so I believe this is good. All right, so we are going to edit this in Snapseed, so make sure you stay tuned to the end. So to avoid making it look too simple, we are going to add some icons here. But before that, let's do some retouching on the image here on pixellab. All right, just tap the image. Let me see if white and black would work. Come to color filters. In your saturation, reduce it to the least. Use saturation to the least, and okay, before you reduce the saturation, let's play around with the hue. Let's make it look yellowish. All right, you see this works better with the background. This works better with the background. All right, I think we can move the saturation somewhere here. Let me see the contrast. You see, you can edit pictures in pixellab. You guys, some of you don't just know. All right, so I believe this is good. So let me duplicate so we can see the before and after. Come to your color filters again, reset everything. See the difference now. You see how this works well with the background. All right, so just delete this, just delete it. And all right, so what else can we do? All right, let me see if we can add a shadow to the picture. But this kind of shadow is not the one that okay, let's see if we can create real shadow. All right, so reduce the opacity. All right, so bring this down a little bit to make it realistic. You can see the effect, so you can copy this, check the color code, check the transparency, check all these effects, and replicate it from your end. So you see all those little things makes minimal design looks really good. You see designs looking simple, but they still look professional at the same time. So that's what you do. So let's quickly put something here. So in situations like this where you are creating a minimal design, there are still some things you can still put on those designs to make them less boring and not look basic. So let me come to let me sort by name. All right, let me see if I can get any icon here. Okay, I've seen one that I may want to use. All right, let me grab this. I think I still have one more that I may want to use. Okay, I don't know if I will use it here. So let me bring in another one. So this is how we create design. We just think and we try things out. All right, so I think I have my logos and icons. Oh, I have to sort it again. All right, so where is it? All right, here we go. So let me see if I can get. I'm looking for like an icon of a software, a design software. I've seen one. I've seen two. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use the second one because it's not 3D. I actually need 3D, but I'll manage this one. Is this one background removed? Okay, it is. All right, let me just rotate this. All right, so reduce the size of this. Reduce the size of this, and let's play with the shadows again. See, I love to use shadows a lot. If you know how to play around your way with shadows, you are good to go. So let's play with the offset S, offset Y. All right, then let's play with this, reduce it. Reduce it the more. All right, so this is good. All right, I believe this one can come here. Okay, so let's bring one more. I think I'm looking at a Figma 3D icon down there, and I really do love it. All right, I do love it. All right, this can stay here. So this is perfect. So let's duplicate this. Okay, bring it here. Let me see if we can blend something in this place So I'm just going to create this, come to my gradient. You see this one we did earlier, tap on it, this white stuff. If you did not follow us from the beginning, then you'd have to create yours from scratch. But just see the process from the beginning. Then let's give it a color from here. All right, see the color. So I believe, let's try and make it deeper. So deeper red works, all right, because of this button that I put up here. So you understand what I'm saying now. So you can play around, increase, decrease. See that? You can play your way around. Just don't make it too obvious, whatever you do. All right, so this one now must come to the front. Give it a white color, obviously. All right, so just type Samuel Precious. Okay, then I'm going to use a script font this time around, and I love orthography, and let's see, taken by virtue. I think orthography works well. Okay, so I can just keep this like this. Sure. So we are good to go. All right, one more touch on this picture. All right, this is a minimal design. We need to work hard on it. So see the picture, I'm just going to duplicate that. I'll tap on copy. All right, but this one would not have shadow. We not have shadow, right? And it will come behind. All right, so let me send this to the back. I want it to be exactly behind this. But before we make it behind, bring it to the front, I want it to be on the same. All right, make sure they're on the same place. So you can use your position tool to work around that, then bring it under. Okay, so it's not even exactly. All right, then give this one a color. Give it a, let's give it red color, and let's move it left a bit, right, towards the right a bit. Move it. Sorry, I think I gave the wrong guy a color. Okay, so this is the guy I want to give the color to, so I believe this color works well. So you see the way I'm playing with colors now. All right, so you can still duplicate it. I can still duplicate it and give it another color. All right, but it will be behind the two other ones. All right, it will be behind this. Okay, so let's try to balance it. Sorry, let's lock the first two guys, so we know we are left with only this one. So this one comes back here. Now let's give it another color. Can give it this color. You see, it actually looks good, but let's give it yellow color. All right, you see that? So when you are working with minimal design, you have to do some extra effects on some of the elements that are available there, so that the design will not be boring. All right, so what else do we do? Let's save it now. I want to show you how to quickly edit picture or edit your flyer in Snapseed. Or should we do that in another video? All right, while this is saving, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always share the videos with your friends. We have our community, share our community link as well. We have community on WhatsApp. We have Telegram channel and groups where we share resources, where we share all the resources used in all this video. So if you need any of these resources, check the description of this video. And our design challenge is going on. Another batch starts before the end of June, or probably by July. So to join the waitlist, check the description. Anything you need at all, just check the description of the video. You'll find anything there. Thank you very much. I think this video is long enough, so I may need to create. You need to always comment so that I know the things we need to start working on. I work with demands. If I see high demands on certain things, I'll make tutorial on it. So if you want us to probably enhance this design, there are so many effects: grunge effect, shiny effect, stone effects, texture effects, and all of those things that we can put on this design using just Snapseed. All right, it's a very minimal design. If you need that, drop it in the comment. If I see enough comments concerning that, I would look for how to fix that. All right, thank you. What's going on? Mind you, I'm seeing a problem here right now. So if I will not correct it in this video, if in case you are watching, so please adjust these things. You can see this thing is getting out of hand from here. I will adjust it from my own hand. All right, how to adjust it is just to when you are bringing it in, when you're texturing it in, you can always adjust it from there. Let me tap on texture. All right, I don't know why this pixellab is doing like this. Well, you can always clear your tabs if you experience anything like that, but I'm just going to quickly do this in case you are patient enough to get to this level. All right, so let me quickly look for a random design. Let me look for a random design. All right, let me just pick this. All right, so while you are importing it, if whatever shape you have already is too big, you make this, it's too wide here, you make this wider. If that picture is too tiny, you make this tinier. All right, or you apply the method I used earlier by trying to increase or decrease the shape itself. All right, so that will be the end of this video. If you have any other issues relating to this, let me know in the comment section, so I'd create a special video for that. All right, thank you very much.